already? You're totally right. Good evening, good evening, good evening. How are we? So many of you here already. Thank you so much for joining me. How are you all? Let's see who we've got. Gemma. What's the shock? Have I missed that? Hazel, Steph. Hang on, I'm still reading through comments. Margaret. Tracy, Amy, Karen, Melanie. Amazing. Say hi if you're new. And welcome to my channel. I'm Clay Manning and I'm going to show you a new stamp that we've got today. I'm going to have a nice little chat and we're going to do some colouring. I'm going to make 2 cards with the new stamp. So if you enjoy crafty videos and watching me colour, paint, make cards, things like that, give us a thumbs up and subscribe. If you hit the bell, you'll be notified then as soon as I go live. Can I just say, guys, thank you so much. Oh, here's Horse. He's here to play. He's been a very good boy today while we've been, me and Natasha and Toby, my son who's 17 or nearly 17 as well. We have had the busiest day. We've literally stopped a few minutes ago so I could let Natasha go home and I could quickly get ready for this. But yeah, amazing day, packing all our orders from our first show on the craft store. I don't quite know how we've managed to get them all done today because it's the most orders we've ever had to pack in one day, and there's still ones coming through from people watching on the kind of catch up, what's it called, rewind, isn't it? And then obviously we've done this new stamp as well today, so tomorrow we'll be packing all those. So it is absolutely mental. But thank you guys so much, it was so lovely. Thank you as well to everybody who emailed in. It's so lovely to hear from you, and I know lots more of you are watching. And hopefully there's going to be, I've seen lots of new names today for the orders that came through from the craft store. So hopefully there'll be more of us joining this lovely channel and the lovely chat that we have. So yeah, pop in and say hi if you're new here and join the gang. Yes, Horse, we love Horse, don't we? He's my Valentine today. So me and Dean aren't doing much for Valentine's Day today because we've had just such a busy few days and things like that. So I'm going to do the live today. We are going to have some dinner together, but just a dinner in the house. And then we're going to have a nice meal out maybe later in the week or something. What, everybody else, what are you doing? Anything romantic after this live? Or you just, is it a Galentine's Day where you're just enjoying time with your friends or your dogs or anything like that? Hi Liz, how are you? Hi Jane, hi Denise. Wow, loads of you coming. Amazing. So I'm not going to harp on too much because I'll end up crying and boring you all. But yeah, it's been a little busy. So I'm fully aware that it's halfway through the month and I've already done a collection this month for you, and then obviously took some previous designs as well to the craft store. So I wanted to do something to celebrate us doing 6 months. Horse is biting his tail. But I thought maybe a whole collection would be a bit too much. And I knew it had to be a hand-drawn one. I thought it's got to be a floral, hasn't it? Because that's just us. So yeah, we've got this gorgeous new A6 stamp set. So that's on the website now. I'm going to be using a little bundle of my favourite zig pens that I've put together for you. So I'm going to try and do 2 cards and see how it goes. So I'll switch to the other camera. And for tonight, maybe tomorrow, if I'm feeling generous, I've reduced, because it is just one stamp set on its own. And obviously that doesn't take you, unless there's other stuff that you want to buy, that's not going to take you over the £30 for free delivery on our website, which is claymanningcreative.co.uk. If you haven't been here before, there is a link. I've reduced the delivery to £1.49. Is that ink? I thought I had a bruise then. It's just pen. Yeah, so I've reduced it so, you know, it just covers my cost of posting it out to you then. There's nothing Oh no, it's just one stamp. Right, let me switch over. You don't need to see my face anymore, do you? Let me just straighten this a little bit. Getting a bit of glare, that's a bit better, isn't it? Okie doke. So yeah, it's one huge floral stamp altogether, and then two nice sentiments on there in this kind of line font. So glow up is something I hear my daughter and her friends say, and I hear on TV, where it's like you have like give yourself a little bit of a makeover and stuff like that. So I just really related to flowers, but I thought it was nice, and you could nice way to encourage you to do different things with it and give the stamp a glow up and try some new techniques and some new colouring and things like that. Yeah, there's tons of open space. You're right, Gemma. There's shade in there if you want to follow, but there's plenty of open space as well. So I'm going to try one where I just stamp it out and colour it in with my zigs. And then I'm going to do one a little bit based on, you might have seen a card from Leanne on the design team where she did some ink blending and then has heat embossed it on some acetate and put it on top. I thought I'll try that and I'll do some ink blending on the back. But then I thought I'll maybe do it on some vellum and cut that out and overlay it and just do a slight variation on it, just to give you some more ideas. Hi Joe, you okay? Hi Roxy, I think I missed as well, and anybody else I've missed. Doreen, I hope you're all well. It's blooming freezing, isn't it? Don't you think? So, yep, I might be recapping on a few things just for new people. As I said, we've had so many new crafters join us when we did our craft store show. Loads of people, new people to the website, to the YouTube channel, all that kind of thing. So I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself a little bit with certain things just about us and the stamps and things. So we get our stamps made in the UK and they're photopolymer. So that means they're really sturdy. I can always tell the difference. And if you're ever thinking, are my stamps photopolymer or are they acrylic or silicone, which still give you a great stamped image, but I just find sometimes they can stretch, sometimes they lose their stick. And you can tell if it's photopolymer, it kind of smells, I don't know how to describe it, almost hairspray. So it's obviously the different type of material it's made from, but they're just so sturdy. And if you are naughty and leave them out and they get a bit of powder on and things like that, you can just run them under the tap and they really do get their stick back then. And I've just found over the years using ones that are silicone or acrylic, that they just don't hold up as long. But that, again, it's just personal preference as well. I just prefer them. So I'm going to go slap bang in the middle with black this time. Hi Wendy. Hi Joyce. So lovely to see you all. So I'm also, while I've got the stamp there as well, after I've stamped, I mean, to be honest, I don't think sometimes it doesn't need that much. I mean, that's just, I don't get chuffed with my own artwork very much. I'm quite critical, but I must admit I've been really pleased with this one. While I've got it out and I've got still a bit of ink on, I'm going to make a mask for it as well. So this is some masking sheets, and I know I'd run out of these on the website at the moment, but I've got some more on order. They should be in soon. So it doesn't need to be perfect, your mask. Basically, I just need a trace outline to cut round. I should have really put that a little bit closer to the edge maybe, so not waste as much, but it doesn't matter. I'll still keep the extra bits. So I'm going to cut exactly. And I'm going to use this straight away then on top of that black inked. And then we're going to kind of build up the design a bit more. Picturing everyone snipping their stuff. So. Yes, because I have been caught out as well sometimes where people at companies are a bit naughty and say that they're photopolymer and they're not. and you can absolutely tell the difference. And it doesn't stop me necessarily buying a stamp. Personally, I prefer it. I love the knowing that we get made them by the company that uses photopolymer to support some UK jobs as well. The company that we use have got a factory in the UK and they've got a factory in the US. So you probably find a lot of, if you've ever bought from US companies, stamping companies, I'm trying to think of ones that I know use the same manufacturer. I can't think of the names. I don't want to say certain ones and then I've got it wrong. But there's a lot of the very, very popular, Ultinude definitely. So if you've bought brands like that and been pleased with the quality, then you know you're getting exactly the same. Right, so that's my mask. So I'm going to stick that on now. Who said they smell like marzipan? I'm sorry, do you hate the smell of them? I can't get this off now. See, I love the smell of them. It's crazy, isn't it? But the silicone or the acrylic ones, they don't smell. Oh my God. This is where I do need nails, not these gels, because now my nails are so thick with all this gel on, I can't get this off. Right, you know what I'm going to do, just for quickness, so you're not sat, and then I can sit and do that properly. I'm going to stick this, and this shows you don't necessarily need the low tack paper anyway, because if you stamped that on some just copier paper, and I've done this many, many times when I run out of masking sheets, and then put a little loop of masking tape, which is the right way. Oh, sorry, let me put, that's people ordering your stamp. Oh dear. We've got loads coming already. Literally the second I put it on the website this morning, I think you all went crazy because me and Natasha were packing all the craft store orders and we were going ping, ping, ping. So what I want to do is have it bold and black in the front and coloured. Can you hear the email going as well now? And then I'm going to use a grey. Same, just diversifying so I can use my watercolour brushes and use the grey. I'm sure you've seen me and many other people do this look before. So having that mask is going to stop any overlap in the main image, and that's going to look as if it's at the front. Just making sure I've got every little bit here. Yeah, lovely. And then move it again. Let's have it like that. Yes, I haven't got my my pokey tool to hand. I think it's still in my bag from Saturday. I still haven't unpacked my bag. I know use that. Still stamps and inks and all sorts. So if you were just stamping without this masking piece, that would look an absolute mess, wouldn't it? Because we've all overlapped there. But now when we take that off, it looks like it's built round. So you can take a bit more time and make sure that they're all positioned exactly as you like. But I quite like that kind of, I don't know, maybe, shall I put it back on and we do a bit extra in the corners? I feel like we just need to fill the page now, to be honest. Oh, Tracy's been naughty. No, you ordered a caterpillar. Why? Ah, enjoy, Jane. Wow. What a Valentine's Day treat, eh? You go enjoy. and I'm going to move over a little bit. Just go in that corner. Oh, horse is having fun with his blankets again. Told you, he hasn't done that all day. I'll have to clean all that down in a minute. I haven't got a cloth, but I don't think we need this again just yet. So we can move that out of the way and start a bit of colouring, shall we? So let's go with, I hope I've stamped this on the right card for using these. So I put together a little bundle for you because I managed to get hold of some individuals of my favourite brush pens that are watercolour. Talk about these all the time. They blend with each other, they blend with water. They're just amazing. So I'm struggling at the moment to get hold of the big sets, the 20, well, I say big sets, the smallest set really, 24. I think I found some and they're on order, but they're going to be a while. So I managed to get hold of some individuals and I thought, I'll tell you what, I'll put together a nice little bundle of colours that will go nicely with the stamp. I thought that would be a good idea. So I've got 2 pinks and 2 greens. So I'm going to very simply just start colouring in and see how we go. I can't remember what card I've stamped with, so I hope they blend okay, which they're not. But you know they blend well because you've seen me do it a million times, so I've obviously not used the right cardstock today. Let's see if we can get it to go a little bit with this brush. No, I'm not happy with that at all, but hey. Did you have any luck getting the white pens? Yes, I've got some on the way, not as many as I wanted. But there are some on the way. Okay, so I'm winging it here a bit because it's not blending on this card. And this is what happens when some of you have messaged me and said, I can't get on with these pens because they're not blending how they do beautifully on your videos. So it's the cardstock. So this particular cardstock, basically it's too chalky and it's soaking in too quick. To me, that's still an okay effect. But if it's not what you want and it's not what you've seen me do before with blending, then try either a smoother cardstock, like that you would use for alcohol markers, or try a watercolor card. It's okay, we can go with it. Still going to give us a pretty card, so that's okay with us. Hi Tina, how are you? So these colours, I'll tell you what I will do. I'll colour this one lot in and then we'll try and get, I won't stamp again, but we'll try and get some other cardstock that I know blends well. Obviously just didn't pay attention, did I, when I was picking my cardstock out. I should separate it all and label it. That would be a good idea. But you can get that nice kind of brush look anyway when you're using these. So even if you're not blending, there's many different ways to use them. Anyone else doing anything exciting for Valentine's? Let me see if I can get some watercolour cards to hand. Oops, sorry. I've find any. I'm going to see if I can get some smoother. Is this one smoother? Let's try. Yes. Right, you can see there the difference in what I've done using the pens on that smoother, and it's starting to blend them out. And then if you use Watercolor Card and you start blending out with water as well, you start getting more of a paint effect. So that's what I wanted, but I've obviously just not picked the right cardstock. Not to worry, we'll still make a nice card out of it. I really like the little stamens as well in the middle of this flower. Cream tea delivered from Devon. Wow, Steph, that is some journey up to you, isn't it? So this flower here kind of tucks behind. So it's slightly more on the side. I need to just grab my charger for my laptop before I lose you. That's it, horse. You settle down now. He's been very, very unsettled. He's been good boy today, but he's been, all he's wanted is me and Natasha to sit down and cuddle with him, and obviously we have not had time to do that. Just seeing if I've got a little yellow or something for the middle of that flower. Sorry if I've missed anyone else joining in for the first time. And then let's go with the green. So you could kind of do each section if you want of these leaves, or you could go darker at the bottom and then lighter all the way up the leaf. Let's see how it looks. I'm only going to be colouring this main one that I've stamped in black anyway, and leaving the ones that I've stamped in grey, just because that's how I fancy it for this one. So you get mid green and pale green in the set. So one slightly more dull when you use them with the water as well. They really do blend together lovely. Absolutely, Jo, you could do completely any colour, and I didn't realise, so it was based on a Hellebore leaf, flower, and I didn't really use an image for reference on this. I kind of knew roughly what shape the leaves were and blah blah blah. I don't even know whether I got the amount of leaves per flower right, petals and things like that, but I roughly knew. And then afterwards I thought, oh, wonder what colours they come in, thinking it was just like a white and a pale. They come in so many beautiful colours. So yeah, what I would suggest is when you sat at home colouring different ways, and you could mix these it's a really nice, easy flower for you to mix with other things, other stencils, other backgrounds, other foliage coming from behind, something like that. But yeah, have a look at some photos of hellebores. I didn't realise how vibrant some of them are. Some really deep purples and things like that as well. Hi Joe, how are you? Happy birthday, Joe. Joe Patton's birthday. I won't ask how old, 21 again. Have you had a lovely weekend away? And I noticed Joe was the first person to buy this stamp this morning as soon as I put it on. And she said to me, oh my gosh, I don't know, I think I'm going to end up missing it because I'll be on my way back from London. I won't be home for my weekend away. And she ended up being the first one. Right, so as I say, I think I might go in and colour the rest of that petal, you know. I'm not really feeling that white bit. It's not my best work, being as I picked the wrong cardstock. But I suppose it's good to show these things. These things happen to you guys at home as well, I'm sure. And you think, how can I still be happy with the end result? So I'm glad I didn't do this bit to start off with. But looking at it as a whole, I think it needed that white space gone because we've got plenty of white space on the card itself, I think. And I would leave these, or you could do some blending with just a grey, might be nice. Sorry if you keep hearing, like I say, my emails pinging. It's all you guys ordering the stamps. Right, so I'm going to load it onto a card. I'm going to put a sentiment and then some bubbles, I think, on there as well. And then we'll get on to the second one. So I want to make sure we've got two for you today. In fact, let's stamp the sentiment on before I stick it. That might be sensible, haven't it? Let's do friend. Ooh, should we be bold and stick it right through the middle? I always get scared doing this. Because I think, is it going to end up looking... I think we should just go for it. What do you think? Oh my goodness. You're all going crazy. Can you hear my email? Ping, ping, pinging. My lord. We're going to have another big day tomorrow, I think. What's Tracy saying? Should have come for a cup of Joe. Ah. Exciting, Tracy. Your cuspilla just got delivered? Why? When did you say you ordered that? Yesterday? So I think this is what's happening now. A lot of the suppliers I know through the TV channels, we're doing direct dispatch rather than we used to have to give the TV channels all the stock and then they would ship them out from their warehouse. And then obviously when they started cutting down on, I don't know what it was like at the craft store, but I remember when I was at Create and Craft and they would cut down on some staff sometimes, or it was COVID and staff were off sick or anything like that, then things took longer to get out, or if they'd had particularly busy shows. Whereas now a lot of us are doing the shipping ourselves, it means that, you know, we've only got our own orders to worry about. So let's put some bubbles on. So the iridescent ones, I know you all love these. The iridescent ones, I don't know whether you can tell on the camera that much. So those, they kind of shine with like a rainbowy. It's not focusing properly, is it? Those have sold out again for the third time. I have still got clear and the frosted in, and there's more iridescent on the way again, but I can't order them quick enough. You just buy them. And I know that people are multi-buying as well. I know this sounds like something that they say on the shopping channels, oh, you're all putting lots in your basket. But it's true, I've seen people order up to 5 bags of these at a time and then come back and get more. And I'm like, oh my goodness, are you all scared of running out? Is that... I'm putting clear on this one, and I'm going to use my last few iridescents. I'm running low on the iridescents myself, but I think they make lovely little dewdrop type water drops, don't they, on flowers. So the glue behind that will dry clear. So that's our number one. Not as blended as I would hope, but at least I've shown you how you can mask off. And yeah, so that was stamped in black to make that pop out a little bit more, and then the ones behind in grey. Let's go on to card number 2. As I say, inspired by our very lovely Leanne. So I'm going to ink blend a background first, and I definitely want to use and I've got some of these coming in, the purple, the new purple. I know it's been out for a while now, hasn't it, but I haven't had a chance to sit down and order a load. So I definitely want to use the Villainous Potion because it just looks lush. Let's use Picked Raspberry. Oh, I don't know what other colour. I feel like Twisted Citron would be too Halloween vibes. Let's go Right Person on. How about those 3 together? Let's see what that comes up with. Three brushes so I don't mix my colours. And let's go. I don't know what this cardstock is I'm using today, but I don't like it. I don't know where the hell it's come from. It's in the pile, in some old pile that I'm obviously working my way through. This is a really, really should label. I'm not feeling that's even inking up smoothly, let alone the pens. Oh well, it's got to get used up. It's got to get used up. Oh, now I want to do the bottom first, and then I blend into the middle normally if I do 3. Let's put some orange in the middle, and then we can always go back in and add any extra colour if we need. Just take it slightly into the other one, but not overlapping loads now. I don't want to kind of contaminate my brushes too much to start off with, and then I start blending them together more. This is quite handy actually if you have a spare piece. You don't want to get your mucky fingers all over it or get thumbprints like you have done. Keeps it still. Yeah, this cardstock is shocking. Okay, let's go back in now and blend over the edges. Just try and get it to blend as best we can. Not easy on this card. Note to self, check you're using the right cardstock before you live, Claire. go pink. But I think this will still work because I'm going to do some splats of water on it anyway to get the oxide effect coming through more. And actually it looks more blended in real life than it does on the camera there. Just some of the white is shining through on the camera, I think. Right, let's see if we add some water. Let's see if we can make this look better. I think I need some kitchen roll. Just excuse me for 1 second while I grab some kitchen roll. Right, let's see if we can make myself a bit more happy with this. Where is my water spray? There it is. So you could do some spritz with a brush or a spray, whatever you've got to hand, but just give it a second or so. Hi Irene, how are you? Oh, that's starting to look better already. Well, we'll do some larger splats as well with a brush. And that will hide some of that blendiness. Oh, that's much better. Okie dokes. Right, that needs to have a little dry off. So while that's doing that, we can heat emboss our Hellebore onto our vellum. So just clean down it. But yeah, it's not my favourite combo of colours, but we tried it out. Let's get our vellum and our stamp tool back. Give this a little wipe. And I've got some heat emboss ink from Wow and my little anti-static. I was looking the other day at, have you seen those lovely anti-static like brush pens? So it looks like almost like a twisty, it releases the powder. And I've seen some manufacturers that do them, but I think somebody's putting a patent on it, one of the American brands. So I don't know whether we'll be able to do it ourselves. If not, I'll just buy some in of theirs and stock it on our website. But I don't want to get in trouble and make something that somebody else has put patent on. Right, so just normal vellum and your heat embossing ink. And then I've got some gold glittery kind of embossing powder. One of the new ones, California Gold. It's real, like, insanely sparky, kind of yellowy gold, which is really beautiful. Just grab a bit of paper. So I noticed Leanne she did this card on acetate. I don't think I pressed it enough. Oh, I'm having a shocker tonight. I haven't pressed that enough. Let's do another one. Got another bit of vellum here. Let's do it again and press it properly. I could use that bit for something else, heat set it and use it on another card, like trim off the bit that didn't stamp properly maybe. Just make sure that will fit. Is that an A4 stamping platform? Not quite. Let me show you. It's a bit bigger than A5, but not A4. I think it's something like it's about 6 or 7 inches, and then about 8, I think, long. Again, we normally have these on the website, but I'm just struggling to get hold of them at the moment. But they're quite reasonable. It's only about £25, which compared to some is quite a reasonable price. I mean, I know it's not as big as all of them, but I find it quite a useful size. All of my stamps fit on it. Depends on what kind of projects and how big you like to do your cards, really, doesn't it? I think that should work there. Oh, don't worry, Roxy. I hope it's all okay. That's okay, Carol, no problem. You can catch up whenever you like. That's the beauty of these, isn't it? I know lots of you like to join live if you can, because you enjoy the chat and things like that. Oh yeah, that's better. But you know, it's there for you to either watch later on if you can't join in live, or watch again if you want to remind yourself of what we did. That's what it's here for. So let's heat set that. We've got gold glitter everywhere. Oh my lord, I am so in love with this colour. Oh, so lush. Right, let's give this a little trim. Let's see, in fact, I can't wait. Let's see how it looks. Oh. So we're going to get some of that colour come through. We're not going to worry about anything about where it hasn't blended on my crappy card today. I have some cards, you see, that's good for printing on, or good for doing things on my Cricut and things like that, where it doesn't need to be inked and stuff like that. And I've obviously just not separated it, haven't I? Normally pretty good with using the right cardstock. I'll say this. Hello, is the tip of your gem picker tool wax? Yes, it is. So you've got a wax tool, and you've got one that I use as a pokey tool, but it did say, when I asked the manufacturer what's on the other end, they did say it was a gem pickup tool. I don't know whether you can maybe put your own wax on that end, but I kind of use it as a bit of a pokey tool, really, but it's thicker than a normal pokey tool. But yes, that's just wax as it is. So even with I didn't use it on my bubbles, did I? But it does pick up the bubbles as well. I keep forgetting to use it, I must admit. I got them in because because I wanted to use them myself and then loved it, and then keep forgetting to use it. Tracy's wasting card testing out her caterpillar. It's so smooth, isn't it? The only thing I would say, Tracy, and I'm having this problem now, but only after about 5 years of having it, is that, let me just grab mine, I'll show you what I mean. I think I mentioned it on the live last week. So the blade resharpens itself, so they say you don't need another blade, although I'm sure it can't last forever, right? But what I've found is over time, this bit has started to wear, just from the constant going back and forth. But that is, I use mine a hell of a lot. And as I say, that's about 5 years worth. So what I've seen on their website is that you have to buy this replacement bit. It does send you an extra blade as well. But because it's a US company, isn't it? So I'm going to have to get it sent over. So this is looking nice. I would, don't know whether to, let's just stamp onto this bit of white for now. But yeah, I don't think that's any other cutter I've had before. I've had to replace blades and things like that way before 5 years, haven't you? Especially if, like, really heavy use like me. Just going to trim that down with my caterpillar. Right, let's put this together, and we've got some more bubbles, haven't we? Here's a question for you. Did anybody get more than one card today? Make sure you don't move it about by the bar. I know. It's easier said than done though, isn't it? I end up having to tighten it because I'm terrible for that. So just a bit of double-sided tape on this. I actually love that colour background. You know what? I'm happy with it now. I know it's coming together with the gold and the vellum. I wasn't before. I wasn't sure about the colour combo. But sometimes this is, like we said earlier, sometimes you just got to stick with it, haven't you? Stick with it. So I'm going to try and hide some of the glue behind some of these more kind of tighter bits that have got plenty of lines. It does, the sentiment goes lovely with this, doesn't it? Put a tiny bit on each corner. It's going to dry clear anyway, so it's no big deal if we see it to start off with. And I love that the flower can pretty much go any way up, can't it? So that it's the opposite way up to this card, and it still looks just as nice. Let's pop a little bit of foam underneath that. Just chop one of these up in half, I think. Oh, that's lovely, Margaret. Ah, flowers and chocolate. Oh, I got some flowers as well. Let's go there. And yeah, let's try our gem pickup tool with my bubbles this time. Let's put them flat. Well, on their bottoms. And test it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 I want. 1, 2, 3, 4, Oh, I think horse is having a little dream then. And we've got a couple of big ones, so I want to spread those out. Whoops, I was just about to say, yeah, that works a dream, as I press too hard and it shoots across the... Oh, you okay, horse? You alright? You having a little dream? A bit of wax gone off there. There we go. See, it all works out in the end. We've stuck with it. I will do another properly coloured and blended. It's alright, isn't it? It's alright. Passable. It's a good job you guys don't mind when I mess up. But there's our two nice cards. Well, hopefully nice. But yeah, there's so much. You think a flower stamp, but I try and design them in a way that you can do loads with them because, you know, they can be used all the ways up and all that kind of thing. So, thank you for joining me. Let me move to the other camera and just say a quick goodbye. Horse, would you like to come and say goodbye to everybody? You going to come? See your fans? Yeah? Say goodbye. And let me think what we've got on for the week. I have got a live in the UK Craft Small Businesses group on Friday. Can't remember what time. Gemma, I'm assuming, will be back on the CM Creatives group with another live on Friday as well. And yeah, in the meantime, we are packing orders for you lovely guys. And I'm going to be working on some more design stuff as well. So we've got loads already in the pipeline for March and April and things like that. But I've got to start going further than that. I've got to finish Christmas stuff for 2022. Can you believe it? So yeah, that's what my week looks like. You guys have a great week though. Enjoy your beautiful goodies. Personal space, horse. Personal. Hashtag me too, right? Enjoy your trimming, Tracy. See you guys next week. Oh my goodness, you are too much. Hang on, I haven't even started.